In today's video, I'm going to fight for victory with the 3-wide dive bomb at that Las Vegas. But first of all, if you missed the previous episode at Brazil, I recommend going and check one out because forcing this one, because spoiler alert, well, I got a podium in the end despite getting a 10-second penalty for causing a collision with Lando Norris. More on that in just a moment. First of all, little look at R&D. Not a lot that I can do with 731 R&D points. I would like a major drag reduction upgrade. There's obviously a minor tyre upgrade as well available. That ERS upgrade that failed in the previous episode that I purchased and then rushed, basically Alonso did that. So that's on the car as well, which is why we are the 4th fastest car on the grid, ahead of Mercedes as well. Williams, by the way, I think we need to have a little chat with them. What's going on with them? They were the 2nd fastest team at one point at in the early part of the season, and now the 6th fastest. So they've really had a horror show. Alpine are only a little bit behind them as well. They're upgrades from McLaren and Ferrari, so those two can continue battling in their Constructors and Drivers' Championship battle, of course. But speaking of McLaren, yeah, so you might remember I made contact with Norris. I didn't think that was a 10-second penalty, but McLaren's CEO, Zach Brown, disagrees with it and thought that I should have been disqualified. You can see here in the picture from last episode that a lot of them were stuck on the right. Now look, I'm coming into that. Where am I supposed to go? Sit behind Norris and the others, or move to the left? Norris, of course, claims I was just about to turn around, but obviously you've got to stay stationary. The FIA, thankfully, have come to their senses and decided to take no further action, really. So we'll hopefully stay out of McLaren's way, really. I'm not really here to be involved in the title fight. I'm not in the title fight, so I'm just trying to be better than the rest. Obviously, I'm only 2 points in front of Alex Albon, so my ex-teammate. And of course, that has been an ongoing rivalry between myself and Albon all season long. But anyway, moving to qualifying at Las Vegas. This is a good track for me, but there is a little small curse that does need to be mentioned, because this is season 2, of course, of my driver career mode, and since Vegas got launched on F1 23. In season 2, I've DNF'd out of both of those races so far. So, fingers crossed that history doesn't repeat itself in today's episode and get more than 4 laps in as well. But other than that, the first flying lap was going to have the P13. Don't pay too much attention to the first sector. I'm dreadful in the first sector for me. I've gone with 1-0 wings. That's more about the race strategy, I think, than qualifying pace. You could probably go a lot faster in terms of 1 lap pace if you had higher wings. But the problem is that the race, I'll be sitting down the straight. We already know that this Honda power unit and the Honda Sashi is a little bit down on the top speed, so compared to everyone else. So obviously I'll need to make up for that with the setup, chucking it in there. 2/10 up though on my previous best time, and now it's time to unleash the 1-0 wings plus whatever the Honda power unit, and of course that ERS upgrade, which is going to be absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be able to run up to 220 miles an hour. Obviously not the top speed. I think I was 226 with the slipstream in the Ferrari when I did that fancy livery video as well around here, last to first, but not too bad. 4.5 tenths of crew though, and that's going to be an improvement. I think it's going to put me P10, so that is a good qualifying. 4 tenths in front of Alonso as well, so there's definitely some pace in the car. Ocon's his AI just loves to spawn somewhere inside the top 10. He's outqualified Piastri. Colapinto outqualifies Albon, so I've out-qualified him as well, which is good news for me. So I'll see what we can do then from 10th place, and it's time for the race of today's Las Vegas Grand Prix. So yeah, down the grid, race strategy is a one-stop, ladies and gentlemen. Now, softs are possibly in play. I don't particularly think that's possible. I know how harsh the tyre upgrade, even with that major tyre upgrade, it doesn't seem to have done that much, but I'll have to wait and see how easy it is. I think that the hards, but we'll start the mediums, and that gives me flexibility either way. Albon behind is on the sauce. 5 red lights in for the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and away we go. And it's a much better start than Franco Colapinto and Oscar Piastri, of course, as well. Had thought about making it 4 wide there as well. Looks like Sainz got in front of Ocon. I'm going to try and get in front of Antonelli and Ocon. Take the racing line here. Ocon's gone wide, and I'm going to get in front of the Frenchman in the Haas, who's lost 2 places. Next up will be Andrea Kimi Antonelli. I'm going to send it down the inside here as well. Can I get a bit of curbing there and get in front? Yes, I can get in front of Antonelli. Up to P6, that's a good start. Made up 4 places on this open. Now, this is just a bog standard textbook manoeuvre there to get up down at that corner as the 2 Ferraris are battling up at the front. It is, I believe, is that Hamilton or Leclerc that's got a nose in front. I believe it's Leclerc that's just in front with his teammate Hamilton, obviously. Leclerc won't be too much there. Sainz going a bit slow. I was going to follow him through there, but had to get out a bit in order to stop running into the back of him. And look at this, Norris is falling backwards. Obviously, he had that Spinala as well. I'm going to send it down the inside of both of them as well, which is not going to be a double move, but I'm going to get in front of Sainz, which I wanted to do anyway. The Red Bull and the Aston have probably got. The Red Bull's probably one of the cars that's slower in a straight line than the Aston, so yeah, well, they have brought upgrades. I'm going to go around the outside of Lando Norris and into this corner as well. He's going to take the curving. I'm going to have that outside curving. I'll give him some space. He should have yielded there. I don't know if he did or not. Here's an onboard replay with myself and Norris as well. Oh yes, but no, there is his up front end plate. That's just, excuse me, came off in that last replay. This is the on-board shot, so I'm giving him space, At this point he needs to yield, and of course the gap narrows, and there's contact. Let me know what you think in the comments below, but I'm sure Zach Brown isn't going to be happy. Obviously I did say to avoid contact with McLaren, but obviously that has meant that Norris has had to come into the pits. He's fitted the hard tyres, so it's not the end, but he's going to have to drive a lot. If he's in clear air while we're all swabbing, then he could still feature, but I'll have to wait and see as well. I'm able to get DRS though from Russell there. Sainz did have a go while I was talking, apologies about that, as well. Now, closing up to Russell, and what on earth has happened to that Mercedes? I mean, this car is not that quick in a straight line, but even I'm just able to, well, I say breeze past, and I've turned off the battery. I presume Russell's trying to use his battery to defend, and that, Lando, is how you yield that position as well. Behind, we've got Albon is starting to make some moves. He's in front of Antonelli. Ocon as well, who's got back in front of Antonelli, but loses out to the Williams drivers. With a teammate is going head-to-head with Yuki Tsunoda in the other Red Bull way behind as well. As Russell has a go into that corner. They seem to be very good on that first DRS straight. Next up is Hamilton. Now I've caught up to Hamilton, who's come detached from Leclerc, and I'm up to P2 just like that. Not that it's going to matter anyway, because I'm coming in at the end of this lap. This is an undercut, don't get me wrong, but I think if I'm in clean air, this could work, or it could not. Let's see what happens. It's a bit of a gamble. I could lose the podium, but I think the race wing could be on. Leclerc, not exactly miles away from me either. It's not like, although he was over a second, I think that we could potentially clear that, depending on what happens. So, I don't love the number of cars that are ahead. We're down in P16. I'm hoping that some of them box the next lap, and that way I can get in front of, try and see if I can get close to Leclerc, at least with an undercut. First up is Lance Stroll. He had a good qualifying, to be fair, Stroll, usually at the back. Qualifier like P13, but his teammate Isaac Hadjar, who was at the back, is starting to close in on him as well. Next up is Gabriel Bortoleto on the Albi, and he should just let me past here, but he's not letting me past. It's well. I'm going to go to the racing line, and there's a bit of contact there, I think, with Bortoletto. Not entirely sure what I've done to Bortoletto to warrant said contact there. He just swerved about, yeah, but nevertheless, we'll just put it as a racing incident and move on. And there's Leclerc, that red dot in the pit lane on the mini-map, down the bottom left, and this is worked a treat. It was, what, 1.6 seconds? The undercut are now, well, ahead of Leclerc, effectively, potentially the race leader once everyone makes their stops. Antonelli, as well, is next up to re-overtake again. He's not. I hope he goes to the soft tyres, not to the medium, not to the hards at this point. You know, you've done 10 laps. I pitted a couple of laps ago, already incurring a bit of that extra tyre wear. The player does, and there's contact with Antonelli. That might be my bad. Did I think? I potentially thought I had that corner. I'll put that one on me as well. But yes, Hamilton though has had a bit of a shocker. He's come out behind Piastri, and those two have come out both behind Russell and Russell and Sainz as well, who are busily battling. I've got Leclerc defending against Leclerc there as well, and Hamilton now is making a move on Sainz. So Sainz, you know, Red Bull need this result. They don't really need the result, but they obviously need that upturn in performance because they've not had a very good season there, wallowing in out of the points at times. Leclerc has finally breezed past on lap 12, so he's been stuck behind, but he's not able to get ahead in the middle sector, and I've got DRS, and you know, even with the 1-0 wings as well is helping out. Alex Albon's out the race, and that's a virtual safety car, so this is good for me in my championship battle with him, because he's going to be scoring 0 points, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm on for, well, at least a podium, but we'll have to wait and see. Piastri and co are closing in. Again, Leclerc having a go here. And again, at this corner, I don't know what happened to Leclerc, but he seemed to have lost it. I think he tried to send it on me. Didn't quite work, obviously. And Piastri now, in the McLaren, is going to do his team. This will do Norris a favour if Piastri finishes in front of Leclerc as well, and obviously McLaren will want Piastri to go and win this race as well. I'm defending for my life here against Piastri now, not Leclerc. It'll be interesting to see how that McLaren Mercedes engine get against the Ferrari versus our Honda engine as well. But Leclerc and Piastri is still going to carry on battling, which is going to give me a little bit of breathing room, but it's not going to last. Leclerc will lose out, and now he's going to lose out to George Russell. So all of a sudden Leclerc's gone on from battling to the win to be in 4th place again. Piastri looks dangerous down the start-finish straight in different places to where Leclerc was dangerous as well to have an attack. He's going to send it down the inside of turn 1. I'm absolutely none of that. I'm going to maintain the lead for now, but there's 2 laps left. I probably need to charge a bit of battery through the middle sector on the final lap in order to keep Piastri behind, but hope, fingers crossed, I should have this. But this is where they are strongest, down this first DRS zone as well. Again, I squeeze Piastri to the inside. It's easier to take the outside line here as well. Piastri's still there, but then it of course gives me the inside of that next corner. Again, he has another go down the start-finish straight as well. Again, I'm able to take the outside line. I squeezed him as much as I possibly can to the inside there as well, and Piastri has to sit behind for now. Can he get in front here? But he's going to close in. Look at that zone, you know, there's 3-4 tenths there, you know, half a second's just turned into nothing. But Piastri again has to take the inside line. There's a bit of contact again between myself and Piastri, but nothing doing there, and Piastri is unable to close the gap, ladies and gentlemen. Can he run this into this half a second coming out the final, what is effectively the final corner, and he's not close enough. So ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the career, I've won the race.
It is done. Absolutely awesome, just amazing, mate, well done.
What a special place to take the checkered flag and celebrate victory. This will be a night that will be long. It will be one they never forget. always look back at a race like this and think, if I'd just made that mistake there or locked up here, there would have been contact. And every one of those overtakes is a moment where you have to absolutely nail it, perfect it, and that's exactly what they were able to do today. Great stuff indeed.
It's time to present the top drivers with their trophies for today's Grand Prix. There are a lot of people in the paddock very happy with this result. It's Aston Martin on the top step.
Yes, finally, it's taken 31 episodes in this career mode, but finally, first race win of the career mode. Get in, yes. Hopefully, first many we'll have to wait and see into season 3, but that was all about the strategy as well. Piastri was P7 on the grid. He came through to P2, so I don't think he can definitely be happy with that. Norris recovered to P7 in the end, but sadly wasn't able to quite close onto everyone else. Alonso P10 in the end, so yes, in terms of the standings then, that puts me clear of Hamilton, Piastri, and Albon can no longer catch me as well, which is brilliant news for me. Leclerc has pretty much won the championship, 18 points in front of Norris. Can I catch Russell? It's probably a bit of a tall order. I need a podium and he needs to finish basically out the points. So yes, Constructors is probably not so tied down, 20 points separating Ferrari from McLaren, so that could be where the battle is to be watched in Abu Dhabi, the finale, which will be out next week. And then after that, there will be a break because I have only done 3, and let's be honest, that's 2 because one of the ones that I did, it was awful. So I need to redo it. So yes, bear with me, there will be a season 3. What the calendar looks like, I don't know, because we're at a point where I'm in early February and I need to foresee when F126 DLC is going to help, because realistically you guys don't want to be watching F120 Driver Career Mode when I'm supposed to be doing F126 DLC stuff. So it might be 10 races, it might just be a 10 race calendar for season 3. I don't want it to be a 10 race calendar, but I realistically can't get more than 2 episodes out per week. And realistically, if it takes another 3 weeks, let's say it takes till the end of February to get season 3 ready, then 8 weeks could be enough to get me to the end with 16 rounds, but it does mean not doing anything else on the channel between now and then. So and there's still a few things that obviously I haven't done yet that need, there's a few videos I haven't even got round to recording yet, that need to come out on the channel before I get stuck in with F126 DLC stuff as well. So I'll probably crack on with a little bit with those couple of videos will probably come out. There'll probably be some stuff, race week stuff, to fill that gap between now and season 3. But yes, that's where I'm going to leave it to today's video. I have enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. You see plenty more F125 Driver Career Mode videos as they come out. Until the next video, then, next time, take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.